Still not sure. Still not sure if that's a photo, but I'm always ready for it. And on the topic of me being a slut, I I'm here to apologize to the Rudies because I walked away from last week's episode, which was less than last week, and I thought to my
36 hours ago.
and it was like a 36-hour episode. I was like, Steph, I don't know if I can record.
She literally
I'm
goes,
sick.
I don't think I can do it. And I was like, let's just
And you're like, boo,
short.
you whore.
I was
Let's
like,
go.
we're doing it 1 and 2. Let's just do it like a little casual episode.
And then I fucking yapped for 2 hours with you, and it was like the middle of the night. Like I literally, and then I couldn't go to bed. I was like, I fucking hate Steph. I was laying in bed. I was like, I hate Steph.
So annoying.
I was on my phone doom scrolling. I was like, fucking Steph.
Funny thing is, we were doom scrolling on the same app on the same feed, most likely.
Yeah, and then we were like, we should have just done it together. But the problem with that is we would have been up to like 6 a.m. We would have been literally just rolled into fucking
Maybe
morning
the times
routine.
that we have to hang out, they have to be at like 2 in the morning.
2 to 4, and then we get home for school breakfast.
Oh, we're both tired. Both of our faces, you can tell, like we rolled out of bed and we were like,
I'm so puffy. There's no prep. I haven't even finished apologizing to the Rudies, and I'm like, do they still deserve it? But Rudies, what I am here to apologize for. What I am here to apologize for. There's a fucking hair in my mouth. I can't.
no, it's rough out
My
here.
own hair. It's my own hair.
Rough
And
out
honestly, if it was a waiter's hair, I wouldn't even complain. I'd be horrified, but I wouldn't complain because that's who I am. I'm so loud, but when it comes to customer service, I'm like, you sweet, sweet being. I'm so sorry that
You're like, it's
you
perfect.
spit in my drink.
Perfect.
Back to my apology.
Oh my God, you're so Kanye West right now.
I'm not good at apologies, okay?
She's like, I'm going to apologize soon.
So when I call you Kanye West, now I want an apology. Now when I call you Kanye West, I know you know that I have a little respect for that crazy man. I think he's a tortured artist and there's something brilliant in there. When you call me Kanye West, you are probably only talking about the Kanye West that disrespected Taylor Swift in like 2009 or whatever the fuck he did that. And
you read me like
I'm
a buck.
offended.
Read me like a buck.
I'm gonna let
I'm
Steph
gonna let
finish.
you finish.
I'm gonna let Steph finish, but
first,
I'm gonna apologize to you, Rudies, because I did not represent the anaphylaxis community well last week.
she wasn't a medical professional.
I was not a girly living with a lifelong allergy or a medical professional last week. And I told you guys I wasn't in my best place, and that I was just trying my best and I was going to recollect my time the way I could at that moment because I was in a summer sandwich, okay? It was like I had literally just picked up my dog. We were just saying I picked up my dog.
And you're about to drop him off again.
Call the ASPCA. I'm sorry, Steph.
So it's just like I have my things.
I picked up my dog, and then I was home and recorded a pod, and then my daughter had 2 days of school. There's the meat
Right
and
in the
potatoes of the
middle.
sandwich. And now I have to continue my New England campaign. I have to get back out there on the road.
This is the
and
wildest
spread
apology
the word.
I've ever heard. This is crazy. But
I
go
am
on.
sorry because
She's so sorry,
Yeah.
everybody.
I should have represented being allergic to something a little bit better. And in the moment, I probably should have had more of a keen response. And even the way that my husband was mad at me, I was like, so my husband overheard me recording the other night. He was fucking listening to us.
I hate when they do that. That's honestly when your mom would go through your diary.
And
You
I'm
know,
like,
listen to
I
it later,
know.
Kenny.
I'm like, you literally get to
Not
listen to it like
live.
a diary. Like, you produce it. You're gonna
hear when we say things that we're not supposed to.
You're gonna get a snack at the moment that I'm talking shit about you. Like,
That's
get out of
rude.
here. Get
That's
out of
very
here.
rude.
My kitchen is
Inconsiderate.
conveniently located right there. So,
I'm so bad at spatial recognition that I don't know what's right above me. I know it's my house. I know it's definitely part of my house.
I know it's my 100-year-old wood floors that are not soundproof. So
No, they're
so
not.
so Kenny heard a specific part of my bee journey, how I saw my bee journey, and he said, "What the fuck, Lauren?" And it was where I said that I got back and I had a blown up leg, and I just downed an unreasonable amount of baby Benadryl, and I said that my husband looked at me like I had done drugs.
And you did.
And he said, "Lauren, I was genuinely concerned about you."
Everybody probably was. Like, you're so crazy for that. Have you
So
ever even seen My Girl? Like, have you not seen, like, Thomas J? He
it was
can't see without his glasses.
luckily I had my glasses on. But honestly, I am doing the steps for recovery, and I did send my in my 1 a.m. doom scroll, I sent my doctor a little fun, what are they called? A little doctor message. A little
Oh, yeah.
DM. A little
Little
DM.
DM.
But the doctor message. And I requested a new EpiPen because I feel as though
Growing. She's learning.
I should not torture my entire family when we're on vacation
Honestly,
thinking,
I respect you
is she
coming
gonna
to
die?
the floor with this because nobody needed that, Lauren. And you know what? You're the first one to come on here and be like, Steph, your medicine organization is why you took your dog's Keppra. So, like, the self-reflection is growth. Like, and we're here to
Yes.
grow
We are
together.
here to grow. And honestly, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, it was very selfish of me to almost die on vacation. But it
Selfish shit one could do.
But I would never, like I said, I stand by what I said on the last pod when I say I would just go out in full anaphylaxis. I'd be like, "You want to hit a gift shop?" You know,
Like, I have 3 hours.
so
At this rate, 2.5, 3.
if I'm dying, I won't tell you, but there'll be signs.
Grab your needles and let's go.
I mean, everyone would be like, "I want a lobster roll." So I stand by that part, but I apologize for everything leading up to it. And I am
Thank
working
you
on
so
getting
much.
a new EpiPen because food and environmental
Listen,
and fucking, I don't know,
we're all just
predator
works in
allergy.
progress here. We're all
Yeah.
just works in progress. None
Yeah.
of us
And
are finished
allergies,
yet.
having allergies sucks, whether it's like shellfish and you have to be like that person at a restaurant, or it's a bee and you have to be that person at a tiki bar.
Absolutely. Well, I
So
appreciate
I'm
you saying
sorry.
that. And
It took
honestly,
me
on
a
the
long time
topic
to apologize.
on the topic of medication, Lauren, I'm also learning and growing. So it turns out
I love that.
believe it or not, if I take the medications that I'm prescribed as they are prescribed,
Right out of
that
the
I'm
bottle.
actually a better person. Like, this is crazy news, everybody.
Yeah.
So my new mantra is the Vyvanse, the Zoloft, and the Holy Sprite because that is my
Not with tea.
not
not
with
with
tea. No, I like a good classic dirty Sprite out of a can.
So
That
the Vyvanse,
that
the,
is me.
the Vyvanse, the
The Vyvanse
Zoloft, and the Sprite,
and the Holy Sprite.
and the Holy Sprite. I like it. It's
Thank
good.
you.
I've seen
And
the videos. I've seen the feedback. I've
and
seen what that does pumping through your veins, and your
s-
bedroom looks
I
beautiful.
thank you so much. Like, literally, I don't recognize myself and I don't recognize the second floor of my home right now. And yesterday, after I was like, you know what, now I'm going to have a relaxing day. And then the public schools were like, we're not taking your kids on Friday. And I was like, well, if you're going to make me go through the pain of like sending them to school, you better take them because I was planning on having a day off.
So all week, I have been living this weird world where we don't have the same school schedule. So I'm like,
Yeah, we don't.
do my kids have school? I'm like, my kids have school. And then I'm like, do my kids have school?
But I'm never truly sure until I get that weird phone call with the recorded message from a scary sounding man. I'm
Well,
like, is that our superintendent? Who is this?
I didn't have a district calendar yet, so that's literally what I relied on. When I didn't get the spooky call that's like, keep your fucking kids home,
It sounds like when you watch those videos on like the Purge movies where there's like somebody in a mask and they're like, you have 13 hours to get out. But it's like,
Yeah.
your kid will not be at school. Figure it the fuck out. And you're like, ah!
But you did it. You did it with style and
Lauren,
grace.
I did it so hard. I was vacuum sealing stuffed animals into bags because we have attachment issues in this home. So we're doing the best we can to clear things out. But like, I was like, I got things done. And Luke was like, did you take your medications today? And I was like, I did. And I'm not, okay,
Like,
I
I
have
don't
to
see
take
a
my Zoloft every
correlation.
day. I have to take the Zoloft every day, apparently. But the Vyvanse, I was like, believe it or not, when I don't self-sabotage and I take as prescribed, I got so much stuff done and I felt like okay about it. I mean, my body could
Imagine.
barely stand at the end, but my heart was full. And
Yeah.
I've been in like a fall
Then you took
cleaning
your
right now.
ibuprofen 800.
And I took my ibuprofen 800.
Now it's
Like,
like now it's a diamond. Now it's one
out
of
of
those
my
skim diamonds.
out of my
It
organized
glows
medicine
green. It glows
because
green instead
everybody's
of red.
growing here on this podcast. So I was like, these are my meds. You know, that's where you find the 800.
I love that. And it turns out when you take your meds that you talk at somebody for a whole hour to discover whether or not you need them. They
Oh my
probably work.
God.
And
They
that's
were right the
outside
whole
of psych
time.
meds too. That's blood pressure meds, that's
Yeah.
GI meds.
Yeah.
That's
Apparently,
EpiPen.
apparently those are very important.
This is literally sponsored by Big Pharma. No,
This
it's
is
not.
big.
I promise
Like,
it's not.
we have to give credit where credit is due. And for this one time, I'm going to give Big Pharma a
No.
rose. A rose. Lord, I'm not giving them the whole bouquet. I'm giving them one rose that, like,
Yeah.
maybe I do need to be medicated.
And it's not the one-on-one rose, it's not
No, it's a group date. There's
the
other
last
people there.
rose.
There's
The
people
last-
there.
The last rose, we're keeping them on their toes till the end.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I love that, and I love to see all your feedback. And like I said, I'm sort of on vacation. Like, it's just like it's like in between. Like, our last vacation was a staycation where we allocated PTO hours that the man makes us put inside of an imaginary
Please,
pig.
could I have a couple more?
Yeah, you say, what if I didn't take 4th of July off? Would you give me more?
PTO is a man. We just know it's a big mean man.
If it was a woman, it would be unlimited. If you have unlimited PTO at your workplace,
That's
then
when
you're
you know you're at
really
like a
woman.
new cutesy, startup woman company.
Yeah, your CEO probably wears a pink power suit.
Yeah.
But here I am, counting down the minutes I have left, and I'm
Beating
like,
down
I
the
have
man.
a little in my pocket. So we took it off and we did projects. And we did so many. Like, we did the organization. We put things
Yes.
in those bags that you suck the air out of, like you
Those
did.
are what a
Like,
rush. The hand pump is a lot, but
if you bought your home in 2020 or before 2020, then you are probably vacuum sealing shit because you're like, we can't move. We can't move.
sell
We just
them on
have to make
bulk.
the stuff
They
tidier.
sell them in bulk on Amazon.
I'm like,
You're
I love my
welcome.
interest rates, but I wish I would have thought a little harder about closet space,
Yeah, these are moderate at best.
And some of mine are non-existent, so we just
Yeah.
vacuum seal all the shit. And then,
All
we
we
did
can
the
do.
attic. Well, this vacation, my husband and I are like, we almost have like angst from that vacation that we're like, we're not doing a fucking project. We're not doing a project. And-
Like they owe you one.
yeah, like the man owes us some downtime. And
You're like, I worked so hard.
And we did have like a busy vacation that we just came home from, but it was an Airbnb family
Yes,
vacay.
and
Like,
you
there
haven't
was
really been
plenty
home.
of couch time, and we haven't been home. So my husband and I yesterday found ourselves, because our daughter, the purge president didn't call us and say, keep your kids home. So
Jealous.
yeah. Honestly, the purge has made me unreasonably fearful of like an Amber Alert or
Announcement.
an announcement in
And
general.
any man on a microphone, I'm
If
nervous.
I was in Hawaii during that tsunami, I would have fucking dropped dead. Like, it would have been
100%.
that would have been it for me, because I wouldn't have understood what it meant, and I
No.
wouldn't have been able to hide my panic long enough to find out. So I would have assumed.
Yeah, I
we
don't
were
know what you
in
do when the water is closing
global-
down on you.
And I
I
didn't
don't know what you do.
I didn't know. Here in Massachusetts, I just saw it. We just put a red flag. We say, don't go in the water. Like, there's just a flag that indicates.
We're so wholesome.
I don't think if we had a tsunami warning, they would I don't know if we even have those big sirens, but
Well, that's why I like living here, because even our crazy, at least we have enough different crazies that the crazies aren't tsunamis.
yeah.
You know,
And when an Amber
we're
Alert
well-rounded.
when an Amber Alert comes through, I first think it's a page from my work. That's the first thing I have to work through because it sounds very similar. So I'm like, am I on?
You're responsive regardless.
Looks at Invisible Watch, and then I look at it, and I assume it's just something. I assume it's the last headline about what Donald Trump did.
It's not good news.
And then it's an Amber Alert, and I'm also
You don't
horrified.
hear that sound and get good news. They're not like, finally a woman president.
Yes. They're like, Barbie president's here. Yesterday, Alaska said that President Barbie on the Barbie movie was the most beautiful president ever. And I was like, yep, right near Barack Obama.
Literally, just the two of them. Just the two of them and a young JFK up there.
But kiss his little head. But back to what I was saying. So we're really just feeling owed this downtime. And when we did find ourselves, so we had this extra downtime where we had one child. We're not childless on a school day yet, but
wild times.
We're down to a
wild time.
We're down to a sleepy toddler.
Yes.
She's had it. She's been in the sun a lot. She wants tablet time.
The ideal toddler, honestly.
Toddler with a tablet is an ideal toddler.
Sure is. Sure is.
Burn me at the stake, moms. Burn me at the stake.
If that's what you catch me for, then I'm caught.
I'm not apologizing for that one next episode.
Guilty. You locked us in our homes.
I love being in front of a screen. I am right now for you, Rudies. And I love when my kids are in front of a screen.
You locked us in a home, and now I have to squeeze squishies while I record podcasts.
Sue me. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back from social distancing. So I don't want to. So we're at home. Everything's back. We hustled cleaning because we have to go on another vacation. So we had to repack, not so much put things away. And then we had some dead space. We were and we would find ourselves wanting to start a project. We would.
It'd be like that. You're like, I want to be lazy. And then you look over to your right and you're like,
and I'm just up. I'm just up looking at that green paint that I want to do in the bathroom. And he's like, I'm like, oh my God, we do have the sirens.
We do.
And then
sirens in the home.
He started talking about every man, an outdoor project. And I was like, I'm like, the last thing I'm going to do right now is go outside and not enjoy outside,
yeah.
So
don't take that from me.
We constantly had to pull ourselves back. So at one point we were literally just modeling clay. We're just crafting together, which was really nice.
We're relaxing.
But I also feel like it was this very we never can just say to ourselves that we can't get something done in one sitting. We always make it sound like we can go through our 5-year hoard of an attic in one afternoon. And then, of course, you're so disappointed with yourself when you don't get it done. And you're like, this can't run over to the next day. We got shit to do tomorrow, So I felt although it was very silly to just be we don't want to do anything and we're not going to. It was also really nice to have that realization on top of being medicated. We both took our meds. I don't think he took his GI meds. He never takes his GI meds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Look at Luke's fucking blood pressure meds either.
Walgreens
They're full as yesterday.
Walgreens can just keep that shit that's supposed to save my husband's stomach lining.
Big Pharma, you can keep that one.
When they're oh my gosh, I think I just had a booger wand. I don't know. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Is that my cerebral spinal fluid?
Spinal fluid coming out. I think there's a leak. That was long.
The craziest part is nothing's on my hands.
Where did it go?
Saw a web? I don't know. I'm gonna wash my hands.
She sucked it back up.
It's Is it in my lap?
And it can stay there.
It
You
has to
never
stay there,
know.
Rudy. I'm so sorry, Rudy.
I would never show my lap on this camera. You don't even know if we're wearing pants.
School's back.
That's
School's
something you'll
back.
never know.
School's back. Mucus falls out of face.
There's just literal mucus dripping out of our nose holes.
I can't believe that. My nose
That was
isn't-
beautiful.
My nose is dry now. I thought I saw a web, and then it just fell out of my face.
It was
instead.
coming out of your head.
I can't believe it. And there's nothing on my glasses other than my old glitter freckles, which I'd like to campaign for everyone wearing glitter freckles all the time because I think they make everybody cuter.
Everybody looks cuter. Everybody looks cuter.
Like,
I love a
wanted
glitter
mine to
freckle.
last longer than they did, but they're only on my glasses. I can't believe what just fell out of my face, though.
That was,
But-
you should seek medical attention.
Put it in the doctor message. Put it in the DM.
Oh my God.
It
Well,
was
what-
very clear, though. I don't have an
You're not
infection.
infected. She doesn't have the infection yet. She's not. When you were talking about cleaning, it's funny because I've been cleaning, like I said. And as you can see right now, I'm wearing a very lovely grout fit. I'm like in my comfiest,
Ooh, a
my
grout
comfiest-
fit.
a full grout fit. Okay. Sponsor me, Walmart. It's Reebok, I think. Yes.
Yes, it is.
And I'm walking around, right? Last night, I'm wearing this. It's raining. I get very excited. It's rainy and stormy. I love that. So I'm just pacing around. I'm cleaning. And then I put on, I have so many different types of music that I like to listen to. And one that I listen to more when Luke and I met, but I don't listen to as much as like my like dirty heads kind of genre, kind of like a funky reggae kind of thing. I meant to put on their songs, but I put on Dirty Heads radio. And my husband, he cannot sit down and relax. He is a fucking cleaner. Like this man he goes through like a Roomba through every room, just always cleaning up behind everybody.
He needs the warning alarm. He needs the
He needs that every time he comes through the room. You're like, here he fucking comes with his broom again. And I'm walking around in a grout fit, in my athleisure. I'm listening to reggae music and I'm sweeping at like 8:30 p.m. And he's like, are you me right now? Like, who are you? What is going on? And everything I did, he would just be like, why are you trying to be me right now? Because I was walking around.
You were gonna say he thought you were hot, but he was worried that
He was concerned. He's like,
he was
are
worried
you?
that his character role was being that
He
you
was
were
like, is this the
understudying.
moment where you go, like, you fucking lose it? Because you're, like, acting like me right now, and you look like me, and you're listening to music like me. And I was doing a Luke bit, and I just thought it was so funny, because I truly am, like, acting like him. He was like, rude, you didn't get me that outfit, but whatever. But I've been
You're
doing
like-
my best Luke. Apparently,
like-
me on medication is Lucas.
You're like, I'm your understudy.
I'm literally his understudy.
I'm literally wearing Kenny's new shirt because that's who I am. I just steal
I
his
told
clothes.
him he could borrow it. You know what I
You know what's
didn't...
in style? Yoga pants and an oversized shirt. You know who has oversized shirts? My tall ass husband. I'll just steal those. They're
So
my
true.
fashion.
Last week we didn't talk, or 2 days ago us didn't talk about the fact that I have adopted your animals. And
You have adopted my animals.
I think there's a reason you're trying to hide it. I think that you know that I
not
know.
good for
now-
my campaign.
Now I know, because she's like, you and your dumb bunny care is so dumb. And let me
First
say,
of all, that's not what I said. I wish we could replay the tapes.
I wish we
right
could
now.
replay the tapes
I wish
once we pay
could take
Kenny
out
a little
the
bit.
evidence.
We'll throw a clip in. She's like, you were like, I have class and you don't.
nah.
But so I remember specifically one of the comments, which was true, was that my vacuum would pick up poops, but if it got jammed up, they would all fall back out. And you're just like, it's vacuuming and then it's not. Well, color me surprised, because guess whose vacuum was doing that to me? Well, I was caring for their bunny rabbit.
Maybe you just don't know how to use a vacuum.
Listen, no, I had my sister there. First of all, my
my
sister
God.
was with me.
I know
and
you
my
both walked
sister-
by her wedding card. You both
Me
walked
and
right
my
by our wedding.
stop it. Me and my sister were like, she was like, she came at you for your vacuum, and so then she's like, I'm gonna open this thing up. It's jammed. I'm gonna get in there and clear it out. Well, listen to this. I'm gonna send you a link, Lauren, because my vacuum opens at every joint. 2 at the hose, 1 at the base. Filter pops out. 2 speeds, double speeds, and your thing starts. She's got her finger in there, Lauren, pulling out hay, because when hay gets in the vacuum, it ruins a good
Yeah.
time.
It does. No matter
And
what
I was
vacuum
like,
I have.
how fucking dare she? The boops are just falling out. The fake grass is getting sucked up.
I got rid of the fake grass.
She's like, I knew you were gonna bring up the fake grass, but I have to say now, my bunny care figured out. Okay,
You locked it in.
I locked it in.
I do have to say that even when I took care of your bunny, I took pearls of wisdom and then things that I felt like were double inconvenient. Once I was doing 2 bunny cages, I was like, fuck
You're like,
this.
that
and I bought
doesn't work twice. That does not work either time.
Yeah, and I'm like, and if I can't convince Steph to upgrade, I'm gonna have to upgrade. Like
And
there was
I did take a thing from you though. I did get the litter box liners.
they're nice.
So that I could do a full reset, and they're noise. And I
They're
was
so
like, that
nice.
that was a little tidbit I definitely took from Cookie's cage. But he is so funny because like he's gorgeous. He's a model bunny. But he has his own little
Literally,
personality,
people that come over and they're like, I hate that you have a bunny. And then
Yeah.
or even the people that pretend they're excited that I have a bunny, like my best friend. Everyone goes up and sees that bunny and they're like, that's the most beautiful bunny I've ever seen.
He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. He's gorgeous.
I tried to pick him up because I wanted to hold him. And he was like, start doing his twerking thing. And I was like, no. And Nora was like, he likes to be held in his holder. And I was like, what's his holder? And we turn around and there's this like tie-dye bag that's made of fleece. She's like, he likes to be held in that. So I'm trying, I'm like, Cookie, I'm like, do the trick, get in the bag. And he's like, I'm not getting in the fucking bag. But one thing I did for him that he loved, he fucking loved it, Lauren, was I was like, I know your mom. And I know she is not giving you the 10-minute version of All Too Well. You've never even heard it. So
he's never heard Swift. He's
him
never
and
heard
I
Miss
sat
Swift.
there. Him and I sat there, cathartically singing all 10 minutes
Did he
together.
hop
like
around you?
He did. He hopped around me, and I'll tell you what, it takes about the 10-minute version to do a good little reset of his cage. So it was perfect, but we had a nice time. I like being in my friends' homes when they're not there because I'm like, I know where everything is. You know?
It's so cool. You're like, I'm not even gonna touch anything, but I could.
I'm like, look at those the foo-foos and the boo-boos. Like, I'm just like, and Nora feels the same way. She's like, I'm like, we have to go see Lennon's new mirror. Like, she's very excited about her new dresser mirror. We have to go take a picture in it and send it to them. And she gets in and she's like, oh, and that's where she keeps her this and that she's doing her, and that's where she does her that. And I'm like, I'm sure that is where she sleeps. That's her bed, you know?
She's doing her room raiders thing.
She is.
She sleeps on that bed.
He sleeps on that bed right there. I've seen it. And it was fun being there. But then on the flip side of that, I had queso.
Yes, you had queso in tow.
And we are just like, Luke and I have always flirted with the idea of having a pug. We love a pug. We've had people around us with pugs, so we get very excited to have him over. And Queso's just the animal that he just fucking flops his way right into our family. And he's like, now I'll lay on this couch.
Can I say that when I did the drop off of Queso, it was like we were like going on vacation. It was nighttime, and you were doing your little doggy daycare swap.
A dog was leaving.
My sister was picking up and I was dropping off.
Yeah.
Now, I did this very casual thing where I just sort of lingered for a little bit. Lennon came, right? Lennon was there.
Lennon came
she
for
was
the
playing.
drop off, yes.
And then I was just trying to wait for your sister to get the fuck out of there so I could explain my dog's care needs. Because your sister is an animal advocate. And I take
more to hear it.
Take really good care of Queso. That man is happy.
Fine.
Okay? He's
well
into his human 60s. I Googled it the other day. He's got gray hair on his face, and he loves a spa on the couch.
He's
But
ridiculous.
I did not want your sister, the vet tech, to hear
No.
my dog's care instructions because there are none.
This is
And-
my verbatim, and it's honestly, this is what happens when you're a dog mom that becomes a human mom. This is relatable if you have kids and dogs. I go, Lauren, how much does this guy eat? You know? And she goes, you know, one of those kids' Target bowls? And I was like, yeah, obviously I have 10 of them in there. She goes, one of those. I was like, I know exactly how much.
I was embarrassed.
That's how I feed Maggie.
I literally
I'm her
picked up
sister.
a new bag of food on the way because I was like, I don't even have a contraption that holds the food. It's just a half open bag.
Yeah.
So I got a new bag on the way, and then you were like, and then you had to be a bitch, and you were like, does he have bowls? And I was like, Steph, I just fucking told you he doesn't have bowls.
I fucking didn't. Did I? I apologize.
You literally did. Your sister's just sitting there like, yeah.
It's so funny because she knows the police. She knows the animal police. But also, she is like, you know, my mom was always like, made it seem like if our dog was going to switch to a different dog food, that we needed to like ask their vet and we needed to like slowly switch it. You know, it was this big to do. And obviously, Court's in like the animal medical field, but like, I don't know if she's going to be mad at me for saying this. I don't really care. Milo will be over and he just eats Maggie's food. Like he's just he's like, I'm eating Maggie's food today. 1 Target Bowls dose.
I'm sure Queso ate Maggie's food also.
Well, that's the thing. It's like tomato, you know? It's not that serious.
But there are those people that have dog guidelines and I respect them and I want to live by them. But
and they probably don't have kids.
And I just felt so much pressure because Court was there. And I went home and I was like, fucking Court, listen.
Bitch.
How I don't take care of Queso. And now I don't even know if he's ours anymore.
Now you know how I feel when you look at my medicine cabinet.
Like, I don't know if they're going to give him back, you know?
You're going to call the police.
And he's like, I think it's fine. But she does always tell me that he has a great coat for a pug and that he's like,
we were joking.
Look as dilapidated as other pugs, so I love that. I live on that comment.
She was like, you know, pugs have no reason living as long as they do. Like they're not supposed to exist. Like if natural selection was so quick, pugs, you know, their brachycephalic faces, their tails stick up so their butts are always out, their tongues hang out of their mouths, but for whatever reason,
blame it on China. Add it to the list, Donnie.
Literally, it's China. And so, but she was like, it's crazy because she's like, French bulldog. She's like, don't do it. Like, or I think French bulldogs, I forget, whatever. One of those, she's like, you'll never see an old one, you know? But she's like, pugs.
So, because honestly, we're doing like modern millennial Americans are trying to do to French bulldogs what fucking historic, like, Royal China did to pugs, and obviously that shit's just tried and true at this point. That was Chinese royalty.
Cockroaches of dogs.
Chinese royalty would say, "Bring me a pug," and the pug would just sit near it, and that was literally the pug's whole function. So
and that's his only, and he does his job. Like royal blood runneth through Queso's veins because this dog is what? He's all of 8 inches tall. I don't know. His legs are way too far apart and his tongue is always hanging out. He's gorgeous.
His shoulders
are so broad. He's so broad. And he's so low.
A loaf of bread.
And he, like, literally bless his little soul because that dog, I'd be like, Queso, Nora had a weird reaction, and we have tons of pets in our house, but it was right, like, while petting Queso, so I was like, I don't know. So
call the EpiPen people.
I was like,
get
this
us a
first night,
sponsorship.
we're like, Queso, you're going to sleep downstairs. Max sleeps downstairs because the stairs are a lot for her now. And we're like, you can sleep on the couch. Like, it's cool. You have a sleepover with your cousin. Like, everything's fine. And he was not about it. He was not fucking about it. He barreled through the barricade because it's the one place I don't have a gate. Barreled through it, and I woke up with Queso, tongue 2 inches out of his face, passed out at the bottom of my bed.
He just bites down on it after a while.
I can't, but I love him because he's such like a emotional support dog, and he needs the support too. That's the thing that I love about him. He's not stable, but if you're both together, you're okay.
favorite thing about Queso, and probably because this is why he has no care instructions, is you can look at Queso and you can talk to him in a full sentence. You can be like, "Yo, do you want to go outside?" And he'll be like, and he goes to the door, and he just knows. Like, he literally just
Well,
knows. I wish you could have seen him almost die when I picked him up. So I go to pick up my dog. Top dog.
and he's been living as a farm dog, no leash, no nothing.
Yep. I walk right in
Fencing
the
yard.
house. Steph's not there. I sit
I
down.
found another dog.
I find myself on her new couch again alone. I don't think we've been on your new couch together yet.
We haven't sat on it at the same time.
I've
really
only
haven't.
been on your couch when nobody's there. So I'm like, I'm laying on your couch, and Queso is literally, he's hopping in a way that I think he's limping a little bit. Because he was so excited that he like flew off your couch, and then there was no rug, and then he's limping, and he's like, and I know he's happy, but he always, when he's super happy, has this look of concern, like
He looks like his eyes could fall out, his tongue could fall off. Like, he looks like there's this book I used to read when I was a kid. It was like body parts or something, and it would be all the expressions that people say, but like kids thinking that they're real. And that's what Queso looks like sometimes when he wakes up. He's like,
but he looks happy. He looks happy and healthy.
I love
and he's
Queso.
so excited to go back to summer camp. He's so excited.
Love Queso. Bark, all of you. And he just like, he fits perfectly into our home because we can't have like a high maintenance dog here. There's too much shit going on. We need someone who can blend in with the furniture. And he was out in the yard with Maggie. They were living their best like homeward bound life, like walking around with the chickens, like literally a non-threat
cat. All I needed was a bitchy cat outside with them.
And that's the thing, like, Knox realized, he was like, this is an ally. Like, my cats were hanging out with him. Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
He joined the crew without, like, he just look over and be like,
they're like, not a threat. You're like, not a threat.
And they're like, does he have teeth? You know, he doesn't seem like he's going to eat us.
He's so old.
Yeah, he's so old. Those are probably dentures.
It is funny, though, because Queso does seem to, so in his older years, I feel like I've told the Rudies, like, he's just not about meeting a dog at the park anymore. But he attracts a dog because I feel like a dog looks at him and they're like, oh, yeah, like, I'm an 8 and he's a 4. And nothing,
I don't know if Maggie
nothing bad's going to happen.
I don't know that Maggie even came in the room when Queso was dropped off. Like, they are that carefree of dogs.
Well, so that's the thing, is they're both, like, weird cat dogs that,
they
like,
are.
they don't act like dogs. So, like, we were with dogs.
They've ruined dogs for me. They've ruined dogs for me because I'm like, I can't have a dog that's not that.
Well, we were with our friends that have dogs that
real dog owners.
Dog moms, you know?
Yeah, regular vet goers.
And I'm at an Airbnb already keeping track of 2 small things. I'm like, I'm not bringing my dog, you know?
No.
So they brought their dog because that's all they're keeping track of, and I love it for them. Their dogs bark, and I'm like, every time I'm like, are we being fucking robbed? And they're like, no.
Someone breaking in?
You have to do a lot for Queso to bark.
Yeah,
and Maggie, I don't think I've ever heard her bark. She's always just looking like...
Maggie's just literally blinking at you, you know, and trying to stay awake.
When we did the nugget box video...
When you came
your dog. So my friends' dogs, they're all shelter dogs, but they look like the ones that the shelters post. You know, like
You're
they all
so
look
annoying. You're right here, like with my purebred dog, whose eyes are falling out of its head.
My dog is ugly. He's hideous. I know that about him, but he's so hideous.
In a gorgeous
he's
way.
Maggie has this way that she's a nice looking dog. Like a 40-something-year-old man would say that's a nice looking dog, you know? But if you sit her down and take a picture of her, she's just like, looks...
And she
looks terrified at everything.
She looks like
horrified.
Barbara in Beetlejuice when she stretches her mouth out all the way, like very wide and pointy. That's her mouth shape.
She's not photogenic. Okay,
she's
that's
not
what
photogenic.
I'm getting to. And she doesn't bark.
She doesn't bark. And I'll take a non-photogenic, non-barker any day. Any day. Over the cover photo dog. Maggie might have not been the top post. You had to click see more to see her. But
I have an unpopular mom opinion that if your dog has like a touch of pimple in it, it is automatically cuter. When they have that little square head,
Yes.
Really.
Charlie had that little square
Yes.
head where he could have.
Yes, he
Charlie was
did.
a very handsome boy. He
Yeah.
could have been posted on the page. He was so mentally unstable, but he was cute. He was
Yeah.
so
I
cute.
feel like the stigma mom thing to do is to not want to kiss the square heads, but the square heads to me are cuter.
So kissable.
So
flat.
kissable.
So flat. So
And
kissable.
I want to go out so flat, so kissable, so stupid.
So stupid.
But I want to go out on a growth note because I
Oh.
feel like we both had some growth this week. And last week's episode, or last episode, whatever,
Couple
whatever
hours
Kenny gets
ago's
around to
episode.
producing them, was about how we needed that time for ourselves.
Yes.
And you made a great point. We do this thing to each other where we have time for ourselves and we work together. Like, this is our work too. I think
Yes.
that, I think we even forget that this is more
Yeah.
hours in a week that we're stacking on our plate of
100 that we have to do.
of production. Yes.
Yes.
So we never really factor each other into our time.
Yes.
And you were like,
I was like,
"Bitch."
hold on a fucking second.
And I did this to you a few months ago when you
well, she did in
you were like,
December.
"Kat,"
It was
you
at
like-
my birthday.
Your birthday's so annoying.
She's like, you don't even want to see me on your birthday.
Yeah. Steph's birthday is the most chaotic time of year, and the bitch didn't want to see me. I was
Literally,
like,
she's like, you want to see me? So then all of a sudden, I was like, hold on a fucking
You're
second.
like, it's your
I was
end
like, your
of
cup
summer.
is full? That's so funny because I haven't poured any of myself into it.
I'm not in it. So I feel like we owe it to each other next
Yes.
week. I think we owe ourselves a weeknight, just craft and yap. Not to
No
the Rudies.
mics.
Sorry, Rudies.
No
This is not a
mics.
public event yet.
No.
mics. And we just we do something with our hands. We
We're
make
just
friendship
girls.
bracelets. We be just girls. So
We're talking at each other.
yes, we have crispy Diet Cokes and maybe with French fries.
Maybe French fries.
Yeah, so I am manifesting this Tuesday night for us, or this Wednesday night,
And
whatever
honestly,
works.
the beautiful thing about our downtime is that truly we both want to do the same thing, which is a little bit
Yes.
of nothing and a little bit of something in our pajamas.
Yes, I will be in my robe probably.
But
and
see, this is like the thing. Like,
I'm like, Steph, stop bringing your dildo to the podcast. What the fuck was that?
imagine I had a goose shaped like that would be a little bit much even for me.
Instead of that rose, you had a goose shaped one. The pleasure goose. The silly little pleasure goose.
Honestly, that Harry Styles,
I'm
the little
marketing
silly little
him.
pressure goose.
Make him vibrate. Oh my god, do I have more nose webs? Like, am I just
Okay.
gonna wipe my nose on my own shirt?
Sake, the moms you admire are still figuring their shit out.
Pleasure, silly little goose. So we'll
I
get
think-
back to you.
We'll get
and
back
see
to you
if
on
we
that.
grow. But
Yeah,
we hope that you have a good time.
boy.
Boy.